Something funny happened on Monday. Something really funny happened on Monday during an Occupy event. It was Occupy Cincinnati. This is hilarious what happened. Now, see, we had a big rally against Mitt Romney downtown Cincinnati. We were going to walk to Piatt Park afterwards. So about four of us walked from the rally down. We were going to go to Piatt Park. But this sort of, what happened on Monday, this sort of delayed my chance to go to Piatt Park. But anyway, this is hilarious. We were on 5th Street. And some guy started attacking us. I'm serious. And this is hilarious because this guy on 5th Street, we were walking on 5th Street. We were down by the federal courthouse going towards Fountain Square. And there's a guy standing across the street in front of that building across from the federal courthouse. And he had his middle finger out. He's just standing perfectly still, like that, with his middle finger out. And then he started arguing with us. And he had a voice just like Elmo. That's right, Elmo. He had a voice like this. And that's exactly how he sounded too. That's exactly how he talked. His voice sounded just like this. And he said, "You guys are liberal dumbasses." He said that. He kept saying that. He kept arguing with us. It was so funny. And we were laughing at it. He still had his middle finger out. And he was saying, "You guys are liberal dumbasses. Why don't you get out of here, you liberal dumbasses?" And he kept saying that. He kept saying that. "You liberal dumbasses need to get out of here." And then he said, "I'm going to beat you up if you don't leave." And we were like, why? We were all standing there like, what? What did we do? Why are you going to beat us up? Give us one reason to beat us up. And his response was, "Because you're liberal dumbasses, so I'm going to beat you up." And he kept saying that. This is a grown man. This guy was probably about 30. And he kept saying that. He kept, like a big baby. He kept saying, "I'm going to beat you up because you're liberal dumbasses." I don't know how many times he said it too. And then finally he attacked one of the guys, one of the Occupy guys. The guy, Elmo, just attacked one of the Occupy guys. He marched towards him, almost chased him in the street, grabbed the sign from him, and tore off part of it. He did. And that's assault right there. And it was funny too, because this guy, Elmo, was making a complete fool of himself. Yay! Look what happened! The Pepsi bottle just fell out of the garbage can! Yay! But, we are going to put that back in the garbage where it belongs. A Pepsi bottle and an orange juice bottle. But, I have to compress the garbage. There. It's not a Vleering Pepsi bottle like the commercial used to say. It was just a Pepsi bottle. I can never figure out what a Vleering Pepsi bottle was, but there used to be a radio commercial for Pepsi where they said, "A Vleering Pepsi bottle is in your sights." But anyway, Elmo was arguing with him. He said, "I'm going to beat you up." And people were snickering. There's like people who were like standing around like waiting for the bus, like just getting off work. Even though that was President's Day though. That was a national holiday, but still they had to work. There was people standing around outside the building, like they were waiting for the bus, and they were snickering, like saying, "What is wrong with this guy?" And there was one guy that walked past. He told the guy, he told the guy, "You should be ashamed of yourself." He told the guy, he said that to the guy. But he kept arguing with us. He says, "If you're not out of here by 6 o'clock, I'm going to beat you up." And I don't know how many times he said that too. And finally, when 6 o'clock, of course, he just left. but he thought we were gonna leave. So he just thought we were gonna leave if he kept threatening us. He said, I'm gonna beat you up because you're liberal dumbasses. Just like that. That's exactly how he looked. He was like pointing his finger like that. He's kind of a short, stocky guy. He's probably about 30 with like glasses with like squat frames. He says, I'm going to beat you up because you guys are liberal dumbasses. And I don't know how many times we heard that. And it was funny too. And every time he said something, it would just contradict what he said before. So of course we stayed around till 6. It was so funny. It was so funny. I am going to beat you up because you are liberal dumbasses. And that's just how it sounded too. He was weird. But he actually did commit an assault. He committed an assault when he tore up the guy's sign. And if it was me, I would be pursuing charges to the fullest extent of the criminal statutes of the state of Ohio. But anyway, I was going to go to Pyatt Park before, but we had this meeting at 6 p.m. It was down on Elm Street. So I just skipped the Pyatt Park stuff and just went straight to the meeting because we spent so much time arguing with this guy that I just went straight to the meeting. But there's going to be another meeting later on. That's right. Because we Occupy Cincinnati, we rented. We're renting this warehouse space that's in Cincinnati. It's on Dunlap Street. And I've been to this space a couple of times that we're renting. It's going to be cool because we're going to have like fundraisers and all kinds of stuff. We're going to raise money for Occupy Cincinnati's continuing activities that are going to take place for the foreseeable future. It's going to continue until the evil empire is defeated. But that's... And another funny thing that Elmo said to us on Monday, he says, why don't you... He kept saying that we were... He kept saying that we were on drugs, but obviously he was on drugs from... He sounded like he was on drugs from the way he was acting on Monday. It was so funny. But, he made a fool of himself. I'm going to beat you up if you don't leave. He didn't shout it. He just said it. He didn't yell it out. He said, I'm going to beat you up if you don't leave. I'm going to kick your asses. He said that in public, in front of people of all ages. He said it in front of a 9-year-old. He said it in front of a 38-year-old. He said it in front of older people who were walking down the street. Regardless of your age, you would have to hear him cuss. But it was so funny too. So, President's Day of 2012 will forever be remembered as the day that Elmo threatened to beat us up and then didn't follow through. All he did was tear up a sign. So the sign's feelings, I bet, were really hurt by that, you know. I bet right now the sign, that sign that he tore up is saying, Elmo beat me up. So he really offended the sign, didn't he? What a real big man. He goes and attacks a sign. Man, what a big tough guy.